Justice League number 35, Christopher Priest writing, Pete Woods on art. This is the second part of his run. Of course, last issue had all sorts of things going on. We had Dead Nuns, we had Tidal Waves, and we
Dead
had...
Nun.
Oh, sorry, one
Nuns.
Dead Nun.
Nuns.
Apologies, big difference. And we had intergalactic people who had gotten lost, and just caused a bit of a ruckus without meaning to. So this issue, we deal with the fallout of some of that, and then we have some kind of our own plot as well. And this issue has kind of convinced me that I am into Priest on this run. I'm into Priest doing Justice League. This is a sentence I never thought I'd say. But if I can get more scenes starting with someone in the toilet in the Watchtower, I am all for it. Because Jessica doing her business, but also reading a book and listening to Spanish music and singing it, was just like, okay, I love her. It's great.
That does lead into one of probably my biggest complaint of the book, is that you have like 2 full pages in Spanish. And I'm like...
Yeah, but you can get the gist of it just from...
Yeah, but see... I don't, because I gloss over it because I don't know what they're saying. So I'm kind of going, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, well,
here.
I thought the joke was that we're speaking Spanish, so it's kind of it's meant to be funny almost that she's just yelling at him in Spanish and he's kind of yelling back at her.
Yeah. I get it, but I just feel like I'm missing out.
If I could speak another language, I'd probably be yelling in it when I get scared off the toilet seat.
But. No, I was fine with it, and that's someone I can read Spanish. I mean, I took enough of it in school that I can get by. But it's
ay caramba.
All you need to know is what's on the page. Like, there's nothing. He doesn't explain who he is. He just says why he's there, and it ultimately doesn't matter because you find that out later.
Oh yeah,
no, I get that. I'm just looking at the art, and I'm not even. It's just a little bit too low. I don't mind it when they do this every so often, for a little bit. You get a bit in a different language, and it's like, okay, what was there? I feel it's just a bit too much of it in one go, where I feel like there's like 2 full pages of me just skimming through.
Okay, maybe 1 page would have been better than 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So his whole thing is that he's actually a bounty hunter, and Batman and Wonder Woman were actually retrieving her sword. Batman was doing his whole disguise thing, pretending to be a cop, and this cop was like arguing with Wonder Woman. He's like, hey, this was your sword that was taken from you and murdered someone. And he's doing the whole thing. Like, it's like, okay, I feel like there's going to be repercussions from this. And obviously it comes up where Wonder Woman blames herself because it's her sword. She's starting to feel a bit of regret because it feels like she's always fighting and using her fist rather than doing what she wants to be doing and like spreading compassion and all that kind of thing. And Batman's like, no, it's my fault, it was my plan. So you really get the fallout. I kind of like that this issue for the most part. It's the Trinity are on the League kind of debating about what went wrong, and they're kind of like all worried that they're not doing their jobs properly. And it's actually the rest of the team that saved the day and like take care of the crisis, if you will. Plus Wally's there too. Yeah, Kid Flash in this one.
Wally's found some cockroaches.
Wally found some cockroaches, and Barry's coaching the high school team, the basketball team.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was fun.
So they have to hunt these bugs, which can kind of like have a hive mind, and we actually get some big monster action. And I think that's actually what impressed me about this book. It was giving me all these slice of life moments. It was giving me more of the drama between the big things, but it did also give me some fun big monster fighting in a city as well at the same time. And it didn't feel forced to me. I was actually kind of into it, and it brought up some of these interesting little beats. I really liked because the guy the alien shape shifts. Glenn, I think his name is. So he looks normal, and we'll talk about who he mentions. I'm not forgetting that. But there's a nice moment where Cyborg says, hey, you just sort of picked what you look like to blend in. Why did you pick a black man? And he's like, never occurred to me why not to.
Why not to, yeah.
I liked him asking that question. That was a really cool little touch. But yeah, so that who he mentions, of course. He shows up and he's like, I'm looking for John. And Jessica's like, John Stewart? Which makes sense. That's the first John that she would...
Yeah, that's the one that she knows.
Yeah. And he's like, John Jones. I'm like, John Jones? Yeah. Oh! That's just a moment
I got to that page,
realization.
And I let you guys know, I go, man, Justice League. Peace is doing something cool. And I half expected him to show up by the end, right? Like...
This is a tease, right? He's showing up at some point. He has to.
Yeah. The return.
They're floating. If they're floating the name out there like this, he has to be popping up at some point.
Yeah.
Which is delightful.
And I like this new character too. I like Glenn. Glenn's a fun Justice League side character. Like, next time Starbro, that's his new name, Starbro, attacks.
Down.
I want Glenn to show up.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. No, I thought this was a pretty solid issue again. Possibly even a little bit better than the first one, actually. And I liked the first one quite a bit.
When I
Agreed.
liked the beginning stuff with Wonder Woman, like the fact like
I
this
did,
man was
yeah.
killed with her sword.
Yeah,
You know,
I like that
that
there is,
really-
you know, it doesn't just brush over these things, because I feel like that was a really big problem with Hitches.
Yeah.
Just it was like nothing mattered.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously here there's another story going on, and it's doing this proper serialized thing where it's telling its sort of issue story, but this thing comes back at the end where the footage, like the body camera footage from one of the SWAT team, leaks like to the news, and this footage is all over the world of this sword being used to kill a nun. You know, and it ends with that poignant moment of them turning off the monitor. It's setting up kind of its themes, and I think I'm really excited about what he's going to explore. I feel like between the Wonder Woman scene and then of course just the overall thing of like the public perception of the Justice League because of this, and then the little moment again with Cyborg and Glenn, I feel like Priest is actually going to explore things. It's not just going to be, oh, here's a big monster for them to fight and it'll be fun. Like, no, I feel like he's actually going to do things for the story.
It doesn't need to be the flagship, so he's going to do cool character stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what you should be doing when it's like this. I mean, I feel like Morrison kind of did that in some of his runs. Like, yeah, you had the big, huge things, but you also got the Kyle Rayner moments in there, you know?
Yeah.
So...
And like I said, it doesn't skip on the humour either, because you have stuff like Jess in the toilet. You have stuff where Kid Flash is complaining that his first Justice League mission is hunting for cockroaches. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this when I grow up.
Ultimately, it's just like, could have just told us it was a pink cockroach.
Yeah.
Art's pretty solid for the most part. The one little weird moment is just I think it's like a couple of pages after the Spanish stuff. Jessica, she's at the bottom. The Green Lantern symbol's just gone.
I noticed
it's just
that.
A black circle. I'm hoping they fix that for the trade.
That was a weird. I wonder if we're trying to make some sort of lighting effect, but it's made of light, so it should always be there.
I feel like, because obviously this is all done digitally, a lot of the art now.
Yeah.
I assume it's a layering issue, honestly.
Maybe.
Because it's usually black for the background, then white, and then the green.
Yep.
I feel like they just put the black on the top accidentally.
Well, I went back. I was like, did she have her circle there? Oh yeah, it was there in the earlier ones.
Yeah, for the rest of it.
Maybe it was just an art mistake.
No,
like
just
forgot
that one
to.
time.
I never went back and checked the previous, but I never noticed it, and then it was definitely there to the rest of the book. So, you know.
Yeah, no, it's there before as well.
No, that's fair. Like I said, I think with the first issue, I think the art's solid. I like how consistent it feels. There's the odd kind of face that I feel doesn't fit his style. It's not even like he does it badly. It's just that the style doesn't necessarily fit certain expressions to sometimes.
Yeah, the one that stands out to me in this issue is when Kid Flash sees the cockroaches eat the dog, and he's kind of doing like a wrenching sort of motion, but it just looks a bit funny.
Yeah, but on the whole, though, it's a very solid book art-wise as well. So
yeah,
no, so I'm officially like I was already on board really, but like I'm now excited about Justice League. I'm excited about the next issue.
it's nice, isn't it?
It's very nice. It's nice to be excited about it.